Hello, today we're going to do gyroscope assembly for you guys. So this is the finished product. It should look something like this. Let us begin. So the first part, we're going to click apart, and the first part in this drawing is the gyroscope rotor. So we're going to do that. So the gyroscope rotor, there are several different ways to do it. The best way that I found is to make one revolve of this little profile all around 360 degrees. So we're going to do that in this tutorial. So go on the right plane and start a new sketch. And this is going to be our sketch plane. Go ahead and do a center line, make it infinite length, and make it horizontal from the origin. This is going to act as our center line for the revolve, this line over here in the drawing. And then we're going to do a line, make it from midpoint, and try to make it above the origin. See the white vertical relation that shows up? That's what you want. And then make it horizontal, and then go on from there. If you ever escape, you can go back and click the line tool to get back in. So try doing this profile over here. You can pause the video and then do it, and then resume to see how it's done. It's great. So it should be something like this, and after you do that, we're going to try adding relations. So the first relation we want is this midpoint should be vertical to this origin. What it's going to do is our front plane, which is over here, is going to be exactly in the middle of our rotor, which is going to help us do relations in the assembly later on. Okay. So that is one relation, the vertical one. Second one is over here. As you can see, this line is collinear with this line, so we're going to put that in our sketch. And then that's pretty much it. Now we're going to do dimensions. Go to Smart Dimension tool. We're going to do the dimensions on the left side, and then we're going to move on to the right side later on. So first dimension is this 3-inch diameter. To do diameters in just revolve features, what you can do is click the line that you want to do the diameter of, and then click the center line, and then click at the bottom of the center line, or the opposite side of the line you're drawing, and then you can actually get the diameter. So here you can put a 3. Actually, made a mistake here. Instead of doing IPS, most of the drawings in this assembly are IPS. Actually, all of the drawings in this assembly are IPS. So go ahead and switch to IPS if you haven't already. If you have, then go you. So in the sketch, we're going to edit the sketch again. You can go to the Feature Manager tree for that. And this sketch is going to be 3 inches, like we said before. My drawing actually moved because I messed some stuff up, but your drawing shouldn't move if you already have your stuff done well. Okay, so we're back in our drawing. We're going to do the rest of the dimensions over here, and then we're going to move to the side. So this 2.25 dimension is over here, and this line would be here, or here. So we're going to do that. So again, the line, center line, click at the bottom, and this would be 2.25. Alright, and then this 3/4 dimension is this circle over here, which relates to this point, which would go along to all the way to here, and that would refer to this point over here. So we're going to do Smart Dimension from this to this, and then go down. Don't worry about if it overlaps like this. It shouldn't really matter in the end. Just make sure that your dimension is clicked at the bottom of the center line. So 3/4 or 0.75. And then now this one final dimension. which is this little hole, which relates to this little hole, or over here. Same thing as before, click the line, click the center line, go all the way to the bottom, and type in 0.1875. Alright, after that, we're going to move on to this side. I'm going to start going quickly. If you have trouble, you can find and watch it again. So this one is 0.5. This entire dimension is 0.375. You can ignore the plus or minus 0.003 because they're tolerances. Those are for machining, not really for whatever we're doing. And then now 45 degree angle over here. To do this, you can create the angle line, vertical line, and then sometimes it would mess up and go like this. You just have to move your cursor to get it the right position, and then you can type in your dimension. And we're done. As you can see, the sketch is fully defined, and as you can see from here, all the lines are black, meaning they're fully defined. So now we can go to Features, Revolve Boss Base, and make sure your line is the center line you chose before at the start, and your profile would look something like this, your preview. So now we're going to do the revolve, and we are done with the part. Remember to put the material, so we can go to Material, Edit Material, and do Cold Rolled Steel, as it says over here. Apply, close, and you're done. Save the part as Gyroscope Rotor. I've already done something of this, so I'll put Gyroscope Rotor 1. Okay, now next part. This is much harder than this part, but you got this. Alright, so first, I'll go over what I'm going to do, and then do it. So, first we're going to do a rectangle, and then this would be slots, which are going to go around here. Make sure to read the notes in your drawings, like saying mill 0.5 wide slot as shown. That would be the width of these slots. And then we're going to extrude that, chamfer, take the little holes, and then make these holes. There are two different ways. I'll show you the easier way to do it. The other way would be Hole Wizard. You can search that up on YouTube. And then the final one would be this 2 holes. Alright, let's do this. So go to the front plane, sketch, and what we're going to do is click on the drop down menu and click the center rectangle over here. Click on the origin point and go outward. These dimensions are listed in ordinate dimensions, meaning that this would be like the origin point, 0, 0, and then all the dimensions are listed from there. So this one would be 3 inches away from this ordinate point. Again, I forgot how the inches thing. Try not to forget that, it's really important. But anyway, this 0 to this 3, this 0 to this 3, sort of like that. And all of these are in relation to that. So I'm going to put 3, and I know that this is a square. Always try to add relations instead of dimensioning. It's so much easier and cleaner to do. And now we're done with the little frame. Now I'm going to add the slots. You see I chose the center rectangle because it's easier to do the slots this way. So go to the drop down menu right under rectangle, there's the slots, and do the center point straight slot. So in the center point straight slot, it asks you to select the center point, select it, and then select the edge and go out. Same thing on the other side. This, go out, and we're done. Select the area covered by the slot, hold Control, select the other area, and click Make Equal. You can also do it here, equal slots. And that would be the relations. What we're doing is basically just making the slots equal to each other because it's easier to dimension that way. Okay, so now Smart Dimensions. A quick tip, you can hold the right button of your mouse and go up for your dimension, left for your lines, down for your rectangle, and right for your circle. It's not something that you need to know, but it's just easier to do it in a jiffy. So now we can try doing this. This is 0.5 as shown in the note, male 0.5 wide slot as shown. We can do that. Okay, and then second thing is this point is 0.5 above the bottom edge, so we can put that in. And the sketch is fully defined and we can extrude. What you can do here is, if you want, do a sketch chamfer and then chamfer all edges. Remember, if you do this, do the dimension first and then chamfer, because otherwise it would just chamfer it all the way in this 0.39 dimension. But to make it easier on ourselves and cleaner looking, I'm going to just extrude boss face. Here there's another tip. If you can click the S hotkey, you can have like these different tools to show up. Instead, you can just go to the features tab and then do the extrude boss face. So we're going to do a blind extrude, and thickness of it would be 0.25 as shown in this drawing. So 0.25. And then the selected contours, it didn't actually select a contour, so if you press OK, it would say it has intersecting contours, so please select it region. So you want to select which region you want. We want this region, so we're going to select that and then click OK. And now we're going to do the chamfers and then these two holes, these, and then the holes across. Okay, so go to Features, Fillet, under Fillet, go to Chamfer, and then click the dimension. The dimension should be 0.250. Typically just means it should typically be this. This is again for machining, not really for us. We should be as exact as possible since it's a CAD model, and make it 45 degrees. And just click all four sides of your model. I'm using the middle mouse button, the scroll key, and holding it down to actually move around. You can do that, and click OK. And we got our chamfers. Okay, so now we want to do these little holes over here. Go to Sketch, and then click the face. Control 8 to zoom in, or you can do Fit to Normal. I'm not sure where it is, but some people do have that. Do the circles now. So circle tool, also you can do it there. Right click to the right, also that works. Go to this line, and then you should see an orange point. Click that, go out. Same here, orange square point. Click that and go out. Now, adding relations is always good. So click the circle, hold Control, click the other circle, equal. You can also do over here. And then now do the dimensioning. This dimension should be 5 by 32. So like that. And then now we're going to do Features, Extrude, Cut through all. Because we're on one face, we can't do through all both, otherwise it would show an error saying, oh, it doesn't show an error. Usually it does show an error. If that's the problem, you should look at which way you're extrude cutting. Okay, so we're done with the chamfers and the little holes. Now the main part, which is these giant holes. Okay, so for this, go to the sketch, Control 8 to home in on the face. We're doing that on this face, by the way. And we're gonna just do these holes. Ignore the outer ring for now. We're gonna worry about that later. Just do the 1/4 through holes in these separate points. So all we're gonna do is make circles at different places. You don't have to make them exactly right. It doesn't matter right now. That's the beauty of SOLIDWORKS. And then 2 big ones here, and then like that. Okay, press escape to exit the circle tool. Now we want these circles to be equal, so we're gonna hold Control and click the areas covered by all of these circles and make them equal to each other. So now they're all equal. Anything you change, like, would change all of them, and same with the other side. Okay, now we're gonna add relations. So hold control, click the points, and make them vertical. Hold control, click these points, make them horizontal. Basically, we're trying to make this T shape. Same here. You can try doing this yourself. As always, horizontal, and this should be vertical. Alright, we're done with that. Adding relations is always good, by the way. So now dimensioning. This goes from 0 to 1.125 ordinate dimensions. So this 1.125. This one would be 1.5. This one would be 1.875. This one would be this 2.625. This one would be this one 2.188. And now we're going to do the x-axis. So from here to this is 0.375, yeah. From here again to here is 0.1813. And which other ones am I missing? Oh, right. This one to this one would be 1.125. This one would be 1.5. And then this one would be 1.875. Alright. And now we're done with these two dimensions. We still have to do these. Okay. I'm gonna actually move these over here just to make it easier to see. You don't have to do it if you don't want to, but it's always good to visualize the part. And yeah, okay. From here to here is 0.5, and then 1.25 here. And then 1.75. Okay, and then now these extra values again. So from here to here is 1.25. You'll notice that these dimensions are messed up. You'll notice that these dimensions are exactly the same as the dimensions for the y values here, and the x values would be the dimensions for the y values here. What you could have done is doing a circular pattern around and then creating an axis in the middle, but it's a much more complicated way. If you want to do it, you could. And then this would be 2.5, and I think we're done. Okay, so now we're just going to have to dimension the diameters of the circles. This one would be 1/4 or 0.25. And then this one would be 3/8. You can just type in 3/8 and then SOLIDWORKS will calculate that for you. And we are done. So now what we could do is features, extrude cut, through all. I prefer doing through all. You can do through all both if you'd like. And yeah, we're done with the holes, but we're not done with the countersink part of the holes. We want a 132 on both sides of the frame to be a countersink. To do a countersink, you can do fillet, chamfer, and then type in the dimension you want, so 1/32. And then items to chamfer, you can just click all the items. Instead of clicking the edges, you could also clear selections if you click the wrong one, or delete to click. Anyway, to click both sides of the chamfer, instead of like clicking each side like this and then like that, what you could do is clicking the entire face and it would do both sides for you immediately. So that way you can easily do it. And it's 132 for this one too, as you can see over here, 1/32. So we'll just do that. And click OK. And we're done with the chamfers. So one final step, which is just the hole that goes through here and through here. For this, you can use Hole Wizard. For the countersinks as well, you can use Hole Wizard, but it's a little more complicated to do. So for this one, you want to do a tapped hole. I did this before, so I did a custom sizing before, so it shows me this error, but you wouldn't have it. If it does show you this error, just click reset. Okay, and for this, we would do ANSI inch for standard. Type would be bottom tapped hole. Size would be 8-32. You can just do the drop down menus. And then you should show the custom sizing. You don't have to, actually. You can just leave that alone. For end condition, put through all, thread through all, and then options. Leave the options alone. It should have cosmetic thread with thread callout. And then you should go to positions over here, click on this face, and Control 8 again to do the sketch. Try to make them vertical with the origin, like that, and press escape to exit the sketch. Well, exit the number of holes you want, and then go to center line, and hover over this line until you see the yellow dot, and then go across to the other side where you'll see the yellow dot. And this would be a horizontal center line. And now click on this point, and then hold Control, click on this part, and click midpoint. And now your sketch is fully defined, and you can click OK, and it will create you the little hole. Save it as Gyroscope Frame. I already have a gyroscope frame, so I'll save it as Gyroscope Frame 1. Okay, and now I want to make the material. The material is 6061 T9 aluminum. Item material 6061 and T6. There is no T9, so you can go with T6 aluminum and close. And then now save again. Control S to save, and we can open a new part. This time I'm going to remember to do an IPS change. And now we are getting to near the end. Just 4 more parts to go, but 4 simpler parts. You got through the hard part. Okay, so now the spindle, that's what we're going to do here. So the spindle, what we're going to do is just do a revolve. For 3, you don't have to do the knurl. It's not required to do the knurl part, so I'm not going to show you how in this tutorial. So we're going to do sketch, and sketch in the front plane. We're going to actually do a mirror just to, refresh on the concept, and then do a revolve around. So we're going to do this little center line just to have our mirror line, and then we're going to have another center line which is at infinite length going vertically. Okay, try making the top half of the spindle part. You can pause the video and resume it to see how it works. Okay, so this is how you could do it. You would go like that, and then you go like that. Wait, sorry. You would have another line like this, and then like this. Okay. Now we can do the dimensioning. So the entire part is 3 1/4 long. To make this dimension, you can go from the tip all the way to the center line. This center line, and then go down and make this 3.25 long. SOLIDWORKS would automatically adjust your size based on your first dimension. If you mess up, it's going to be all wonky. You might want to try to make your points a little cleaner, or you can just start a new part altogether if you mess up. Okay, so this dimension should be 0.086. Do not worry about the tolerance again. 0.086. Again, remember that you click the line, center, go to the other side, click, find the dimension. And this thing should be a total of 1/4. So from this point to this is 0.25. And then this entire thickness is 3/16. One more thing, the angle of this. So the angle of this is actually on here, too, which refers to this part, or over here, which is the same as the top, and it says hand file lathe to 60 degrees. So this entire thing is 60 degrees, so half of it will be 30 degrees. We click on the line and center line, but since my center line is already selected, I only clicked on line. Okay, so we're done. The sketch is fully defined, but now we want to mirror it over this center line and then revolve it around. So you can do mirror entities. You can individually click the lines like so, or you can just hold and drag to click all the things at the same time. Click the center line, click OK. Features, revolve base face. The sketch is currently open. It will, if you say yes, it would automatically close it, and you can choose your axis of revolution, which is over here, and click OK. And that's how you would do one part of the spindle. We still have to do the little hole over here. To do that, you can do a sketch. You can do this drop-down menu to find which plane you want. So I want the front plane. Control 8 to go normal 2. And now we're going to do that circle. Make sure you got that white vertical relation, and then actually make it vertical by selecting the center point of the circle and the origin, and make it vertical, and then you would do your dimensions. So the dimension from this point to the tip is 1/2, as it says over here. And the dimension of the actual circle is 3/32. And now you do extrude cut through all both, because this is at the center. You want it through all both instead of through all. If it's just through all, it would just be on one side. But if you do through all both, then it would be on both. Cool. So now you're done with that. Don't worry about the knurl part. You're done with the spindle. And then you make your material of brass, I believe. In the spindle, it says steel cold rolled, but here it would say brass or something.